Hi there, it's Zoe from Woolly Cactus Designs, and today I'll be showing you how to create a flower doily. Now this one is almost 100% complete. All I need to do is sew in the edges to make it perfect, but otherwise this is what we will be doing today. So the doily, this doily in particular, uses only double crochet as a stitch, as well as a chain one stitch and a slip stitch. So grab your hook and grab your yarn and let's get started. Okay, to begin, you need to do a chain of 6. So we're gonna do our slip knot. So however you do your slip knot to start, you do it, and then we're gonna chain 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Alright, so here we go. We have our chain 6. Let me just zoom in because this part's important. So once you have your chain 6, you're going to want to do one thing, well, 2 things. You're going to want to insert your hook in the first stitch that you've made and then do a slip stitch. So a slip stitch is different than a slip knot, and it's different than a chain 1 or single crochet, because what we're going to do once you've inserted your hook, you're going to grab your yarn over, pull through 1 and then pull through 2. So essentially you're just closing off the round without adding an extra stitch. Alright, so that was our foundation chain, or row 1. And now in the pattern we're going to start row 2. So row 2 says to start with a chain 2, and this chain 2 counts as your first double crochet. So we're not going to do them too tight because we're going to still need to be able to slip our hook through that last stitch there. So once we've done our chain 2, we're going to proceed by doing 19 double crochets into the center of the loop we've created. And then we're going to end up finishing with a slip stitch on the second chain from the beginning for a total of 20 double crochets. So as I stated, this chain 2 counts as a double crochet. So we're going to need to add in 19 double crochets. So we're going to yarn over, insert our hook in the center of the loop that we created, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, 1, 2, tighten it up a bit, yarn over, pull through 2. There we go, that's our first double crochet. Yarn over, insert our hook, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. So we have our chain 2, counts as 1, our first double crochet, which is technically a second, third. So we're going to keep on going until we've wrapped our way around until the end, and we have a total of 20 double crochets or 19 double crochets in your chain 2. Now remember that little chain from the beginning? Well, you can hold it with the rest of the loop that you created, and it'll tuck, while you stitch your stitches around it, it'll tuck it in so it's not going to be in the way. So let's go for our 4th. So yarn over, insert in the middle, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, tighten, yarn over, pull through 2. There we go. So that's 4. So I want you to continue doing this until you reach the end, and I will see you when we get there. Alright, so here we go. I'm at the end of my row and I have 20 double crochets. So if we want to count all together, you can loosen your loop up a bit. And this is why it's important to keep the same tension and to tighten as you're going around, because you don't want some too loose and too tight, or else it'll give a ripple effect and your doily won't lie flat. So let me zoom in. Nope, that's zooming out. Let's zoom in and let's count our stitches. So if we count the top of the V's, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. Our 20th is the top of that little chain 2. Perfect. Alright, so now we are ready to do a slip stitch and close off our loop. So we're going to do a slip stitch. So once you've inserted your hook back into your loop, you're going to go find that chain 2. So you see my chain 2 is right here. And you're going to insert your hook in the top that second chain, so not the first one at the base, but the second one. So if you can't grab both branches of the V, don't worry, you can just grab one. You're going to insert it, yarn over, pull through one, and pull through two. There we go. So the slip stitch acts as a binding off, so it closes off your row. And then we're going to create the row 3. Yep, so the row 3 is essentially going to start here. So it's as if you were building something in a rectangle. You'd do a chain 2 or chain 1 at the end, go up. It's the same idea. So the slip stitch ends your row and then you start over. So the beginning of row 3 calls for chain 2. So 1, 2, which will count as a double crochet. And then it says double crochet into the next stitch. So the next stitch is this one right here. So we're going to yarn over. We're going to insert our hook, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, tighten, yarn over, pull through 2. All right. And then after that it says chain 1. So we're going to chain 1, double crochet in the next stitch. And so the next stitch is this one right here. So yarn over, insert our hook, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, tighten, yarn over, pull through 2. Then again, double crochet in the next stitch, so yarn over, insert our hook, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. So there we go. So you see here, it started off with 2 double crochet, a chain 1, and then followed by 2 double crochets. We're going to repeat this until we reach the end of the row. So if you look at the pattern, there are asterisks, and then it says chain 1, double crochet in the next stitch, double crochet in the next stitch, chain 1, and it repeats itself until you reach the beginning. So we're going to do it together one more time, and then I will pause the video and meet you at the end of the row. So we've finished our double crochets. We're going to chain 1, and then double crochet in the next stitch. Here, 1, double crochet in the next stitch, 2, and then followed by a chain 1. Chain 1. All right, so we're going to go double crochet in the next stitch. 1, double crochet in the next stitch, and then chain 1. All right, so I'll see you at the end of the row. All right, so I'm at the end of the row. I did my last 2 double crochets, and I have to finish with a chain 1. So I finished with my chain 1, and then it says slip stitch on the second stitch from the beginning chain. So let's find our beginning chain. Here it is, and this is the second one. So we're going to slip stitch. So we're going to insert our hook, yarn over, pull through, pull through. There we go. So row 3 is done. And so if we look at it, we have 2 double crochets, a chain 1 space, 2 double crochets, chain 1 space, all the way around, which is perfect. So technically, if you've kept the same tension, your doily should lie flat. Mine is fairly stiff because I do it tightly. That's okay, as long as the tension is the same and it doesn't start to wobble or wonk around, you're good. Oops, sorry for kicking the camera. All right, so let's go on to row 4. So row 4, we do our chain 2, which counts as a double crochet. So 1 and 2, and then there goes the asterisk. And so in the pattern it says double crochet, chain 1, double crochet in each chain 1 space. This means that in the places where you've done the chain 1, there's a hole, and this is where you're going to insert your hook to do what's in the parentheses. So it says we're going to yarn over, insert our hook in the chain 1 space, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, first double crochet, yarn over, insert in space, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. So there's our first 2 double crochets. Chain 1, and again in that same chain 1 space here that we were inserting, we're going to do another 2 double crochets. So yarn over, insert our hook, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2. Let me grab some more yarn over, pull through 2, and then whoop, 1 more double crochet. So insert, and here we go. So we're going to keep on doing the same pattern in all of the chain 1 spaces. We're going to do 2 double crochets followed by chain 1, 2 double crochets. All right, so let's go to the next one. So yarn over, insert our hook in the chain 1 space, double crochet number 1, double crochet number 2, chain 1, double crochet number 3, and double crochet number 4. Try to stay in frame plus stitch by following. What you see in the monitor is not the easiest, but here we go. Let me try to stay in frame. So now we have 1 and 2. So we're going to keep on going until we reach that the 2 chain stitch that we did at the beginning. So in the next chain 1 space, so we're going to go yarn over, insert in space, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. So first double crochet, second double crochet, chain 1, yarn over, third double crochet, 1 more, fourth double crochet. All right, so you keep on going in each of your chain 1 spaces, and I will meet you at the end of the row. All right, so I'm in my last one. So I've done my first double crochet, second double crochet. Oh, almost done. Here we go. Chain 1, and the pattern says to do 1 more double crochet, and then to slip knot in the top of the chain 2. So the idea is the chain 2 won't act as the first stitch of the row, but act as the last stitch of the row. So instead of doing another double crochet, we're just going to insert our hook in the top of that chain 2 we did at the beginning and slip stitch right there. So it ends our row. Et voila. Oops, that didn't even go anywhere. Let's try that again. 1 and 2. There we go. All right, so we are done row 4. Be backwards. To start row 5, which is our last row, the pattern says to slip stitch in the first stitch. So that first stitch, beep, 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 beep. Here we go. This is the first stitch here. So focus, please. Here we go. This is the first stitch, so we're gonna do insert, yarn over, pull through, and pull through. Okay, and then the pattern says, so in the asterisk, we're gonna repeat this sequence, 7 double crochet in the chain 1 space. So you see we did double crochet, chain 1, double crochet. So in this hole here, we're going to do 7 double crochets, and then we're gonna do a slip stitch in the space between the 2 bumps. So okay, follow me here. This might be get tricky. So let's go together. So we're gonna yarn over, insert our hook in that chain 1 space from the previous row, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through. Ooh, see, made a mistake. Let me do that again. I didn't have enough yarn. All right, so yarn over, insert our hook in that chain 1 space, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2 and 2. So that's 1. Okay, now we have to do 6 more. So 2, 3, 3, let me zoom out because I'm too close. Whoop. 4, 5, 6, and 7. All right, so we're creating petals essentially in this row. So now once you have your 7 in that chain 1 space, I'm gonna zoom in so you can see better. So remember, we did double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, and then we immediately went to the next chain 1 space and then did the same sequence over again. But between the two, there's kind of a valley here. And in this valley, so in this hole, we're going to do a slip stitch. We're gonna insert our hook between the 2 petals, yarn over, pull through, and then pull through. So we're doing a slip stitch. You want to tighten it just a bit, not too much, but just enough so that it closes down that petal. And now we're off to the next chain 1 space. In the next chain 1 space, we do another 7 double crochets. So insert, yarn over, pull through 2, pull through 2. So that's 1. Sorry for the rubbing sound you might hear. 2. Come on. 3. 4. 5. 6. And 7. Okay, so once our 7th one is done, in the valley between this petal and the next one, right here, we're going to insert our hook underneath, yarn over, pull through, and then just slip it through. There we go. So we're going to keep repeating these 7 double crochet in the chain 1 space, slip stitch in this space between, until we get to the end of the row. So meet me at the end of the row. Alright, so here we are at the end of the row 5. I've done my 7 double crochets into the last chain 1 space. And so to finish off, we are going to do a slip stitch in this space here. So where we did our first slip stitch. So we're going to insert our hook. Please excuse technical difficulties. Let me zoom out just a bit. We're going to insert our hook into that first slip stitch right here. And we're going to slip stitch and pull through. See, technical difficulties today. My fingers don't want to do anything. There we go. All right. So here we go. So we've pulled through. You're going to grab your scissors and then you're going to just chop some length off of it. Let me zoom out. So you want to chop some length off, not too short, but long enough so you can just pull your little tab through to tighten it up. And now what you do with a darning needle is you would take your needle and just sew in this end to hide it, and then you can cut it. And now you see, oops, see I had a split end in my yarn, so I have to cut these out. But now you see it lies pretty flat. You can always block it, so you can wet it gently and then pin it down on a soft surface like on a cardboard and let it dry out. And when you pin it down to the required, well, the size you want, it'll end up just staying flat through the rest of the time until you wash it. And then I would suggest to lay it flat again. And so here we go. This is our finished doily. Yeah, leave comments, questions, remarks, anything you want down below. Okay, maybe not anything you want, nice things only, please. But drop us a line, either here on YouTube, on Facebook, or on Instagram. And keep an eye out for our next tutorial. Have a great day. Bye.